the Minutes Football Show. I am Sergito, your host. I'm here with Bojangle guy, Hunter. How are you today, dude?
What up, GM? Doing good.
How's the weekend?
It's good. I'm still on my coaching arc. So
Oh, you're what?
my coaching arc led my basketball
Oh, that's
team
right.
to 24-4 victory, and led my soccer football team to a 1-0 victory. So we're looking.
Is there no mercy rule in basketball? That's a pretty like lopsided sport.
Yeah, there should be. I mean, they're 5 and 6 year old kids, so they don't even know what's going on.
That's amazing. What position does your boy play?
There's
Or
no
is it not?
position.
No position.
It's just 10 kids freaking chasing a ball. They don't dribble. They just all the parents will like scream at them like they'll get the ball and they'll just dribble. It's just run to the other side of the court as fast as you can and try to shoot it.
I'll tell you what. I'm just sharing the stream here, but back in the banks when I worked in Wall Street, kids sports, man, like people were so into it at all ages. Like it was so competitive. It always caught me by surprise because in that you could just tell what season it was because nonstop conversations, especially like rivalries. I don't know how it is over in Utah where you're at, but over here, like the Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, like Long Island, like northern New Jersey, like it was just like I had colleagues that had Wikipedia entries for like their performance in like national finals of like collegiate athletics, and so their kids had to carry on that legacy, which was interesting to see how intense people were. But cool, man. Well, it was an exciting week for sport last week, right? Obviously, we had the second leg of the Champions League semifinals. We had a couple of national leagues that got defined. We had champions in Spain, I think Denmark, a couple of other places, and obviously, we're within a month now. We're with 29 days of the World Cup starting. We've started now,
So crazy.
revealing the Mibits football, the rest of the collectibles and the uniforms. We started teasing some of the stuff that we got coming out. Obviously, we announced, kind of soft announced yesterday with a countdown stream, the new website for Mivits Football, which is mivits.football. That's Futbol. If you're watching, bookmark it. That's where everything's going to live. I don't think people know what they're in for, and I don't think people realize how much we've built around this idea of Mivits Football and what it means for Mivits long term. And I'm excited for people to explore that when we do go live. Also, did some shopping, about some jerseys to get ready for the daily streams once the World Cup kicks off. So a lot of different things to discuss. But yeah, do you want to kick us off with anything in particular, or shall we just jump right into the Champions League semis and what's happening now going forward with the final match in Budapest?
I mean, I was gonna say we usually jump right in, but I'm kind of a hype beast, so now I'm curious to see what jerseys you've got. But we'll save that.
What jerseys I got? Well, okay, so we have that partnership with Saturday's Football, who made these hats, limited edition hats. Um, Shipped some out this week. They're not for sale. We made them for our investors and our partners, just to give them something to thank them for all their support and inspiration, motivation, and hard work behind the scenes. But Saturday's Football is a great soccer store here in New York. They're in Soho. They also have one in, I think, England, and they've been doing pop-ups. They were in DC and Philadelphia this weekend. Anyways, love that team, love the family. Obviously, this is not sponsored by them, but they do have vintage jerseys. And as I've mentioned before, I am a goalie, and so with the semis for the Champions League going on, I went in, and they had, you never know what they're going to have available. So they had this incredible Manuel Neuer jersey. It's a goalie full sleeve jersey. It's not padded like usually you would use in competition. I do when I play. I wear padded long sleeve jerseys and pants. But yeah, it's what I got. It's the first ever non Pumas jersey or non Mexico jersey that I've bought. Neuner is legendary goalie. Obviously, you guys saw his masterfulness during the both, I think, quarterfinals with the Real Madrid, the first match that Bayern won in Madrid. They won on the back of Manuel Neuner's saves, and so it was there, and I just I bought it. I need to figure out how to style it. Mrs. Sergito was already thinking of ways in which she says I should wear it. And then yesterday, I was in our office, the one that we are going to launch the full live stream from in a couple of weeks. And I went to Soho, and Adidas had just, I knew this was coming because it had leaked, but Adidas just finally released the third jersey for the World Cup, the third Mexico jersey.
Oh, it's sick.
Just this black jersey. It's a partnership with a like an art collective, like native Mexican artists that make arts and crafts. And so this is the competition jersey. This is the one that if they wear it, if the team wears it, they're gonna wear on the field. But the actual kind of like their artisanal one has like embroidered logo and a bunch of really cool things that obviously being Mexican and being so far away, it's cool. I wanted to wear. It's a little pricey. I didn't check the price tag until I checked out. But I think it's worth it. It's I'm gonna wear the heck out of this thing. It does have MX in like little off black in there. It says Somos Mexico or like we are Mexico in the back. So I don't know. It just speaks to me. The first ever black jersey that Mexico released was back in what? Geez, I want to say 2010, and that was very hard to get. I ended up getting one. I actually don't know where it went. I mean, I wore it so much, and I love the black Mexico jersey, especially now that it has this like local native art collection. So yeah, I bought it, and that was a shopping haul for probably for the rest of the year. I don't really buy stuff that often, but yeah, I'm excited to wear both. I feel like I have a full outfit set now for the football streams that we'll be doing. You'll see me in the Mexico stuff a lot, and obviously our Mivits jerseys that we have coming up. So yeah, that was a shopping spree.
I'm gonna make fun of you now for being the hype beast from here on out. So,
Dude, no, the difference between a hype beast and a fan is black and white. Like hype beast, like you go and buy things that are like just not just because of like the trends and stuff. But yeah, I was born Mexican. I will die Mexican. And same thing. Yeah, I think the Bayern stuff. I was just trying to like also just support Saturday's football because they did such a good thing for us with the anniversary celebration. So, anyways, moving on.
yeah,
Semifinals.
Semifinals. I mean, realistically speaking, neither match was incredibly exciting. I think we start with maybe the Arsenal Atleti. If you want to go there, start there.
Yeah.
This was the one I was looking forward to because obviously it was.
You were looking forward to the bad soccer match.
I was looking forward to a bad soccer match. No, I was looking forward to it. It was 1-1, right? Like I was obviously hoping the underdog could maybe make something happen, but I mean, there wasn't. They just couldn't pull it off. Unfortunately, it just my hopes and dreams were crushed. But it's good for Arsenal. I think obviously if you're an Arsenal fan, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but if you are an Arsenal fan, this is like the second time ever they've ever made it to the final, and the first time they've done it in I think 20 years. So like as an Arsenal fan, you're just ecstatic right now, right?
Right. But what? I feel like you have a but coming up.
But I did want Atleti to win, so I'm not happy for Arsenal fans. So
okay. I mean, I think the game was exactly what people expected, which was a very shitty game compared to like the other one. Although I'll tell you what, like the PSG Bayern game. I mean, let's go into the stats here for the Atleti one first. Why don't you walk us through them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing, like Arsenal has kept 9 clean sheets in 14 UCL matches, which when you have clean sheets,
Huge
it's
going in.
you
Yeah.
win games, so that makes sense. Um, the goal was scored by Saka. It was, I mean, that it was tied. They only needed one goal, right? That was all they needed to do, and they got it done. Um, I've already kind of mentioned like this is the first time they've been back to the final in a long, long time. Um, I don't know if history will repeat itself, but they did lose that was they played Barca. That was back in 2006. They lost to Barca 2-1, which might be a good time to mention because we've been going through these knockout rounds. The finals one match, right? There's no more aggregate. You got to play at home and then you got to go play away. It's like the knockout round in the World Cup, right? Where it's you play one match, which means we can go to PKs if I'm not mistaken, right? Which is always fun.
Yes.
It's always interesting to watch a game go to PKs, but yeah, the finals it's one match. There's no aggregate. It's all everything's on the line. So, and it's played, excuse me, at an offsite, right? So nobody technically has home field advantage. I don't know if we've mentioned, but obviously UEFA has been branding it as the road to Budapest. So this final will be played in Budapest, which will be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Excited for it. We do have a little collab watching party in Brooklyn at Berry Park with our friends at Sports Monkey NFT. Look for the RSVP link somewhere in our Twitter. I might just go in and retweet it right now. But yeah, we'll be buying some drinks for anybody that's in Brooklyn or New York wants to come in and watch the UCL final in Budapest with Meebits and Sports Monkey NFT. Obviously, the other the other team that is going to be playing that final is Hunter's
My
very own
boys,
PSG, your boys. Do you know what PSG stands for, Hunter?
Pierre Saint Germain,
Paris,
Perry
not Pierre.
Petty Saint Germain. I don't speak French, but yes, I do know what it means.
You said Pierre instead of Paris. I don't know, bro. We have that. We have the tape. You said Pierre. We have to go to
Somebody
the
clip
VAR after this. We have to go to the VAR after this. Um, yeah, no, that match was it's kind of like it's hard to follow that first leg. That first leg was incredible. But we did get like a immediate goal, almost like 3 or 4 minutes into the match. Then Dembele scored, and you almost thought we're gonna get a repeat of that first match, but we didn't. We did get a couple of controversial calls versus PSG, or actually no calls on handballs. I actually think they went the right way, personally, if you were to look at it.
Interesting.
But
So if
yeah, I
like
think I think this. Go on.
I would say like break that down because like obviously I'm not huge into the rules side of football, but like a handball is a handball, right? Like or
A handle
what's
is a handle.
the
So for people who don't know, right? Like hands are not allowed to be used in soccer except for goalies, and the goalies can only use their hands within the bigger box on their side of the field. Um, there's a box and there's a smaller box. Smaller box is kind of like the goalie's protected area, kind of like in hockey, where you kind of like not if you touch the goalie, but like that's where they should be safe, as far as like any challenges go. And then the bigger box is where you can, as a goalie, use your hands. Now, every other player cannot use their hands, and so if you use your hand outside of the box, it's just a penalty, a free kick. Depending on the action, you might get a yellow card, or not. Usually, most likely not. Um, but if you touch the ball with your hand inside the box on your side of the field defense, then that's going to consider a penalty kick. Obviously, the majority of the time that people have used their hands to stop the ball is from going into the goal. Depending on the action itself, is the severity of the penalty, whether you get a yellow card or a red card. If you are using your hands to stop the ball from like going in a goal that was like clearly going to be a goal, you get a red card for it, and the other team gets a penalty kick. Penalty kick is a free kick from that spot. You versus the goalie, it's like a 90% odds that you're going to score that. Now, the handball rule is probably the most polemic throughout history, um, because at first it was just if a ball touches the hand in play, that's a PK, and it's gotten kind of like refined over time as to whether one, the ball touches the hand in like a sports move, almost if it's an accident or not. But if it's an accident that stops forward progress or like a potential goal, then it's going to be a penalty, might not get a yellow or red card. And so the way it is to just really kind of like make it easy for people. Your hands should never be like flailing around when you're in defense. They should be flush against your body. If you're so either flush against your body or like up like right here next to like your chest, right? Like when you're on the wall, for example, you're going for a header. They shouldn't be like up here, they should be up here. If your hands are away from your body and they touch the ball in a way that again prevents an attacking play, that's gonna be a PK. If, for example, you're sliding and you end up touching the ball, that stops it or moves the direction when you're going to the ground with your hand as you're using your hand to support yourself, that'll probably be a PK. If for example your teammate is going to clear the ball and in the process of that, like you're facing backwards to them, the ball hits your hand, that's not going to be a PK. And so it's kind of like obviously very intentional handballs are PKs, and that will determine the severity of the penalty to you as a player with the yellow or red card. Accidental handballs that happen when your hands are away from your body, if they do disturb the attacking play, they will be a PK. A handball that just happens very accidentally, you're not seeing it, it doesn't really get in the way of a goal, those will most likely um, not be PKs. And so that's the rule. I don't know if that's clear to you or not,
No, yeah,
Dante.
it makes sense. I mean, it's just tough because then it's always just left up to like, oh, it. I mean, I think I've mentioned this on multiple streams. Like when you watch the video back, like the whole stadium just erupts like the second it hits his hand, right? And obviously it's because it's in Germany, it's in Bern, like so of course they're gonna want it to be a handball, right? But it's I don't know, it's just tough when there's rules like that where it's like it can go either way. Obviously, the team that it happens to, they want it to be a handball. The team that potentially maybe did touch it with their hands, they don't want it to be. So I just I watched the video back and I just wanted to hear it from an actual professional, like what your thoughts
I'm
were.
not
So
professional, but tell you what, I think the story of the game should not be the handballs. The story of the game should be the fact that Bayern, legendary attacking trio, obviously commandeered by Harry Kane, who I'm cheering for in this World Cup. I'm really cheering for him. Uh, they scored 100 plus goals this season, and they were just like nowhere to be seen. Harry did score like in the 94th minute. Obviously, the games are 90 minutes long, and then you have stoppage time, thus 94th. But obviously, that was way too late. Bayern would have needed to score another goal in like the last 2 minutes to tie it and send it to overtime. So I think to me that was the story of the game. PSG. I mean, PSG. Watching PSG play, it just made me bullish France. And I'm gonna jump uh, real quick here to. Can you share my screen
yep,
to the World Cup market because France is at its all time highs or near back to where it was back a while back now. And man, we started the stream in March, and I kept saying France was 10%, it's 18% now. Like, I feel a little idiotic, but anyways, yeah, I think France, if they're gonna look as good at PSG, there's not gonna be to stop them. Potentially Spain, but I don't know. I really don't know. Whereas France looks really, really good um, with PSG. They're just showcasing, some of their best, not just forwards, but the rest of the team is really French based.
yeah.
Um,
I
which
think
is
maybe
super
the other
interesting.
odd to look up too, and it's the flip side of this story, right? Like so, obviously Harry Kane scored. I believe it actually was seven games in a row that he has scored. On the flip side, the PSG side, Dembele scored. You had mentioned, I think it was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the match. But I believe he's now actually the favorite over Kane for the the Balloon d'Or. So
The Ballon d'Or. Oh, we should look into that. I am having a hard time pulling up Polymarkets today. Can't wait for Football to go live so that everything is in one place. Let me see. I'll look it up. But that makes sense, right? Because like obviously they have one more game that is gonna define the the Champions League. Oh yeah, Dembele is now back to here you go, guys. Harry Kane with a massive, massive sell-off. Pretty much down 50% from right before that match.
look, if you would have bought Dembele in March when we started. Is that like 1% odds?
No, it's at 7.5. Oh yeah, 3%. Honestly, I would have not bought him. I would have thought Mbappe.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, France, yes, and we have the freaking tape. Dembele, I don't think so. And I don't know. Harry's old, right? Like I just want him to win before retirement. But yeah. So I guess we now have the final. Probably one of the best soccer matches that you will see outside of the World Cup this year. Outside of the last 2 rounds of the World Cup, to be honest. Group stage going to be a bit of a snooze fest for the most part. Hopefully not. And we're going to try to make it fun for everybody with Mivets football and all the stuff that we're building. But the Champions League final, Polymarket's got it. Kind of, I would say a coin flip. I think it's interesting that PSG just completely outperforming Arsenal here by significant amount. Obviously, Bayern was kind of like the favorite for the semifinal before the first game, and it was a coin flip going into the second game. Now, still close, but definitely, I think the outperformance for PSG, 12% in March when we started the stream to now, kind of like a 5x. Very, very nice for PSG fans. And then Arsenal kind of plateauing here. Obviously now, like just this market, all it did was get its odds back to it's two teams, kind of like one match left. But yeah, Arsenal, their style of play, well, it's good. Has obviously had a much lackluster April than PSG did, and that's why I think the market is what it is right now.
So you've got to put money on Polymarket today for the final. Where are you going?
Oh, PSG. Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, they're just in tune, brother. They're just in tune. They're a really good team. I mean, first of all, right? Like, taking a step back, they are the defending champs. Right? So that's good. This is a rematch of last year's semifinal that PSG won 3-1 aggregate, right on the way to that championship. And this is a game of the best offense versus best defense. PSG has scored the most games the most goals in Champions Leagues this season, and Arsenal have allowed the fewest goals per game. Now in soccer, unlike other sports, I mean most other sports, right? Offense wins. That's how you obviously win, by scoring. I think in soccer you have a heavier advantage because if you're not a very offensive minded team and you get a really offensive team like PSG that can score on the the best teams in the world within 2-3 minutes, or put up 6 goals against somebody like freaking Manuel Neuer, you're very disadvantaged, and that's why the market is what it is. Also, PSG is like on a roll against English clubs in Champions League. They beat Chelsea in the round of 16, and they beat Liverpool in the quarterfinals. So can they make it 3-3 with English clubs this season? Obviously, I know you're going for PSG because you're a hypebeast and it's your team, Pierre Saint Julien or whatever you called it. But
Pierre Gasly, is that
Pierre Gasly. Close enough. Close enough. Um, yeah, that's my take. That's my take on it. PSG did release a new kit over the weekend. I think Nike is fucking asleep at the wheel across many things. Running shoes, obviously they lost the fastest shoe claim in the marathon to Adidas, who had two runners go sub 2 in the London Marathon, which is just insane. The new PSG kit, kind of not it. Like, listen, let me pull it up. I didn't have it ready, but I just thought about it right now because this is just not good, guys. It
They're
is
technically
just not
Jordan
good.
though, right? I mean, it's still Nike, but
It is not good. Here, share my screen. Like, what are we doing here? Such a good team, such a shitty kit. No, Jordan they only use for some things. I think this is definitely Nike.
yeah, that's Nike. Yeah.
Come on,
Interesting.
fam. What are we doing here? It's just not good. Compared to like the freaking Adidas kits that are coming out, I think they had a couple of Italian clubs this weekend release new kits with Adidas. Chulada, like we would say in Mexico. Um, yeah, so you have PSG. What about score? Guess the score.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's best offense versus best defense. I mean, as a viewer, I would love to see a high scoring match. I don't think we're going to get another, whatever it was, 10 goals, 11 goals in a match or whatever it was. But I'm going to say PSG 2, Arsenal 1.
I have 2-0 PSG.
See what happens.
Tell you what, talking about Adidas supremacy, um, this commercial that they dropped with Messi, Zidane, Chamelet, just Dembele on real, one of the best soccer commercials, especially because it's like actually really, really good. They had Lamine Yamal, who now after Barcelona won the La Liga this weekend by beating Real Madrid at Camp Nou. Is Lamine has now won more La Liga titles than Cristiano Ronaldo ever did. But yeah, just look at the cast, man, of this freaking Adidas ad that we're playing here on the screen. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Like, this is, yeah, Adidas is just completely mopping the floor with Nike, which gets me excited for Nike, honestly, because, you got to light a fire under your ass and get out there again. And obviously, Nike with long tradition in soccer as well. 90, the total 90, like that little circular logo they had. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm more of an Adidas guys when it comes to soccer. I think they have their finger closer to the pulse of things, but it's exciting. It's exciting. And this ad is, if you haven't watched it, look it up. It is really freaking good.
Cool.
All right, back to reality, my friend. Let's see what else happened this weekend. Messi, the goat,
The GOAT.
had 1 goal and 2 assists for Inter de Miami over the weekend, making him the fastest player to 100 goal contributions. So either goals and or assists in MLS history. He did it in 64 games, which is 30 games faster than the previous record. So that is like the 2-hour marathon guy running a 2-hour marathon when the standing record was 3 hours. That's how freaking goat he is. Also, MLS, obviously not the level of other leagues. It's getting there. They're bringing in some cool. It's become like the retirement league for like good
Yeah.
European players. But it's good. It's good. That's how you build fan base. Obviously, right? Seeing legends play. Um, so that's pretty freaking good.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it shows how good Messi is or how bad the MLS is. It's one of the
It's
two.
gonna get better. MLS is gonna get better. I am pretty sure of that.
I saw a
And
wild
then
rumor. I mean, this is probably so out there, but it's people saying that Ronaldo's gonna come, do his retirement thing in Inter with Messi. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, could you imagine? Ticket sales,
I wouldn't be surprised.
ticket sell like, I mean, I told you when Messi came to Utah like 2 weeks ago, $5 tickets were now 500. So I can only imagine if you have Messi and Ronaldo on the same team on the same pitch, I mean, it would just
I
be
don't think they will come to the same team. I think Ronaldo will come somewhere else. You can't like, yeah, that's an impossible team up. It wouldn't be fair. I don't think there's cap space in Miami. I think that MLS teams, I'm not too familiar with the rules, but they do have like some sort of like exception for a couple of players, and Inter already has a couple of the other stars there. We need like Ronaldo to come to New York. Like that would be dope.
crazy.
We had David Villa at NYCFC. That was cool. Maybe like the New York, New Jersey Red Bulls that play out in Newark would be interesting. Or one of like the legendary MLS teams, like maybe like the Oregon guys. Um, LA has its fair share of stars. Yeah, Pacific Northwest would be pretty cool to have. Cristiano, obviously Nike's out there. I mean, that'd be sick.
Be crazy.
That will be sick. Talking about uniforms though, and this last thing we're gonna cover today, we did start releasing the new Meebits football collectibles for the larger drop that we're doing ahead of the tournament next month. And Korea Republic or South Korea, FIFA calls them Korea Republic, so we'll go with that. Um, this is the kit. Obviously, if you collected Group 1, as we called our first drop, you'll notice that now we have a different pose for the characters, something that was feedback we got specifically from our friend Spinotron, legendary trading card collector, Panini blockchain collector, and quite quickly becoming Grail Meebits collector, acquiring a robot, an elephant, and a skeleton just over the last couple of weeks, a skeleton being collected today. But yeah, so we'll have more dynamic poses for the Meebits football collectibles. What I wanted to flag though on this is the cheetah print on this uniform. For those of you that know about soccer kits, Korea has traditional a white tiger print that they use as like the base layer of their like kind of like funky pink red uniforms. This white tiger represents strength and protection and attacking, and it's kind of like part of the mysticism of Korea and their culture. We decided to pay homage, obviously Bailey, our amazing creative director, along with the rest of his team, Estan, Haslu, and everybody, to pay homage to that using Meebit's own design language and identity, integrating the cheetah print that Matt and John designed for Meebits. So you have this Meebits football collectible for Korea wearing a cheetah print uniform that I just think looks amazing. Obviously, as you guys all know, all these collectibles come with fully rigged other side avatars, and I'm excited for the types of games that we play on the avatar. I mean, on the other side. Which, yeah, you have a game event here after this, right,
Yeah,
Hunter?
today. Yep, we'll be on the other side today.
Nice. So yeah, bring your sock collectibles. We have so much stuff cooking for these things. But yeah, I'm excited for these. We got physical stuff, we got digital stuff, we got uniforms, we have games online, we have prediction stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But this is a Korea release. We'll be releasing another country from down under today, later tonight when they wake. Make sure people are awake for that one. And we'll be releasing something every single day for I think the next 24, 25 days, ahead of the World Cup. So yeah, that's all I got for the show today, Hunter, unless you have something else.
No, nothing else. I think maybe just to tag on to what you just said, and it had come up in the Meebits Discord yesterday, so I'll just kind of shout it out again. But if you aren't into football, if you aren't into soccer, if you've never watched the World Cup, if you don't think you have any idea of what's going on, like there will be something for you to do during Meebits football, right? And like I said in the Discord, and I've said this on stream as well, just pick a team, right? Whether it's your own country, if they're in it, or go into Polymarket and look at who has the best odds and pick one of them if you want to root for a winner. Like, just pick a team and have fun, right? Like the World Cup is one of those events. It's like between the World Cup and the Olympics, right? It's really the only two events that become global, right? Where everybody in the globe is participating in the same thing at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, if this is just my call to action, like if you feel like you don't understand football or you're not interested in football, don't look at it as like, oh, this is a football only thing. There's, like Sergio said, we have games, we have like things that are going to be, I would say, like passive, right? Where you don't even need to watch a game, you don't even need to understand a game of what's happening to come like have fun and participate and win prizes and enjoy the hype and the fun that will happen around the World Cup. So yeah, just come and see, I guess, is my call. Like, just come and check it out, and there's going to be something for everybody, whether you're the most insane football fan in the world or you have no idea what football even is. Like, you can come and have fun. So
And you can always cheer for Mexico with the Mivits football jersey. Um, yeah, just a plug.
yes.
they're great. All right. Well, I will see you on the other side. And then Mivits Collectors, we are on the allow list for Bastian's Racers Inc. We'll host them in spaces here in a couple hours to learn about that. A lot of stuff happening in Metropolis. Thank you all for tuning in today. We'll see you out there.
See you guys.